Corvon Lordhaze. The root of the issue. Many, so many, are caught in the bad feedback loop catch-22 of judgment, condemnation, lies, deceit, envy, jealousy, and self-pity. They show up to the same party wearing the same thing, and no one can tell them apart. Ignorance is the parent of evil. Ignorance is a slave. Knowledge is freedom. Ignorance is bliss for some, but not everybody. For me, it was suffering. I tried to live in the shadow of others' fears. I wanted them to be comfortable. They shouted, "Hey, no, you have to stay in the box." I didn't know I was that tall until they said something. At that point, I realized I was squishing everybody else in the box. And I thought, oh, somebody has to stand up and be a good example. So I stepped outside that little teeny tiny box of imagination. They were still yelling at me to stay in the box because, as it turned out, they thought they were outside the box, but they weren't. And I watched them howl at each other. I saw it wasn't actually me they were yelling at. They were screaming at mirrors so cracked with torment from their bloodlines they couldn't see past the glass, and not even the silver was worth anything to them. Because complainers never run out of anything to complain about. It's just so abundant. But grateful folks never run out of anything to be grateful for. Why is that? Because it's important to practice gratitude. To practice gratitude. Why? Because if you don't, you might not get that thing you want, but it wouldn't matter if you did. Because you'd still be looking for the next golden goodie, because you didn't know what to do with the last one you had. I got what I wanted, but I don't want it anymore. I got what I wanted, but I don't want it anymore. Some wonder if people can change. I did. Because I found the wall at the end of the dark hall of judgment, and I was almost obliterated by it. After I fell through every floor of all that I know, down to the cold, cracked, wet, smooth concrete, at the bottommost level of my heart, I saw all I have is what I believe. That which holds true so tightly to my heart that I know it is real. And I met that floor so many times before finally I was able to stand up. Someone said, "Grow a spine." And they didn't like it when I did. But I like to do what I'm told. I see now. People have been treating me like a symptom to stamp out. They never dared to douse the coals. My fire kept burning. Like the strange benches they make to keep homeless folks from sleeping on them. Like how they try to ban this substance or that plant. Like how they think violence will solve the world's issues. But there is a difference between self-protection and enacting more violence. And if you get lost in the fervor of violence, of hate, of condemnation. You can't even communicate. You don't hear what they're saying. All you hear is the blood pumping in your ears, like when you meet a celebrity. They stamp out the symptom, but the symptom keeps coming back because they learned from everybody else that you get 5 minutes of peace while you're waiting for the symptom to come back. Lay down the stamping boots and pick up a shovel. Dig for the root of the issue, like you've got a pair of hemispheres in your skull. Some people don't even have two, but they still think better than the rest of them do. Well, my peace is non-negotiable, and I stand tall. In my absolute truth, in the sovereign flame of all I am. Many have tried to snuff my fire, but all that did was fan the flames. One day, I grew to be an inferno, too hot even for love to handle. And my mother doused my coals with cool, loving water. She made sure I didn't burn it all. She wasn't worried about putting out my fire because she knew even my roots were burning. My roots, which grow way deep, like a diamond vein way down in the earth. She knew I would continue to smolder because she was the one that lit my fire. She is a dragon, and I am her son.